Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into the winning mindset, how critical thinking puts you ahead of 99% of people. It's an incredible new audiobook from Tyler Andrew Cole, and it's published, right here on Grow to the Top. Yeah. So if you're ready to unlock extraordinary results, if you're ready to really start thinking differently, you're in the right place.
You know, this audiobook, it's not just about theory. This is a practical roadmap. It's about taking your intelligence and then actually applying it strategically, applying it to achieve those audacious goals. We're going to break down Tyler's framework. We'll share the big aha moments, and we'll give you some actionable strategies that you can use in your own life.
And speaking of actionable, we have an amazing bonus for you. If you look down in the video description, you're going to see two links. The first link will take you to a completely free bundle. You're going to get the ebook, the executive summary, study notes, and key takeaways for each chapter. It's everything you need to dive deeper. And that second link is for those of you who are ready to just jump straight into the audiobook. All right, so let's get into the meat of this thing. The winning mindset is divided into 9 powerful chapters: mindset engineering, perception mastery, decision dynamics, strategic positioning. You get the idea. Each chapter kind of builds on the last one. It creates this incredible system, not just for reading success, but for sustaining it.
Yeah. And it all starts with that first chapter, Igniting Minds. This is where Tyler lays out the core premise. You know that critical thinking is the skill, the one that separates that 1% from everyone else. But here's the thing. It's not just about, being smart. It's about knowing how to apply that intelligence effectively in the real world.
Exactly. It's about having the mental agility to really analyze situations, to look at them objectively. You have to solve problems creatively, and then make decisions that will move you forward. And that's where chapter 2 comes in, mindset engineering. This is where things start to get really practical. Imagine that you're renovating your mental house. So you're tearing down those old limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. And in their place, you're building up this structure of possibility.
And the book, if it provides the blueprint, it walks you through how to identify those sneaky self-sabotaging thoughts that we all have. The beliefs like, I'm not good enough, or I'll never be able to achieve that. Tyler gives you specific techniques to reframe those beliefs, to actually turn them into empowering affirmations.
Yeah, like instead of saying, I'm not good enough, you would say something like, I am capable of learning and growing. I'm committed to becoming the best version of myself. So you're shifting your internal dialogue from self-doubt to self-belief.
Exactly. And the book, it doesn't stop there. It goes into the power of visualization and mindfulness to reinforce this new mindset, the success-oriented mindset. It's about retraining your brain, to focus on what you want to achieve, not what you fear.
Okay, so we've laid the foundation with mindset engineering. Now let's jump into chapter 3, perception mastery. This is where we start to see the world through a new lens. And the idea here is that our perceptions create our reality. So if you can change your perception, you can literally change your life.
That's so powerful. What's powerful about that chapter is that Tyler reveals, how our brains are wired. We see the world through filters based on our past experiences. These filters can create distortions. They can cause us to miss opportunities or to see obstacles where none exist.
Yeah, it's like those optical illusions. You look at it and you see one thing, and then someone points out another image hidden within the first one, and then suddenly you can't unsee it. Perception mastery is about becoming aware of those mental illusions that are holding us back.
Yeah, and the book provides, it's like a toolkit for overcoming these perceptual distortions. It teaches you how to question assumptions, to recognize cognitive biases, and to learn to see situations from multiple perspectives.
Like that classic example, confirmation bias. We tend to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs, even if it's not accurate. And the book gives us strategies for breaking free from those mental traps. It allows you to see the world with more clarity and objectivity.
It does. And here's the key takeaway, I think. Perception mastery is about seeing the world not as it is, but as it could be. It's about spotting opportunities that others might miss and finding solutions that others overlook.
It's like that famous quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Perception mastery gives you the tools to shift your perception, to open up that world of possibilities. Now let's dive into the heart of decision making. Chapter 4, decision dynamics. This is where things start to get really interesting.
This chapter is all about understanding the science behind decision-making. How logic, emotion, and intuition all play a role. It helps you to determine when to trust your gut and when to rely on a more analytical approach. And one of the most fascinating insights from this chapter is the concept of framing. Tyler explains how the way a decision is presented, the language that's used, the context that's provided, that can actually dramatically influence the choices that we make, even if the underlying options are identical.
It's like that classic experiment where people are offered 2 treatments for a deadly disease.
Right.
One treatment has a 30% survival rate, while the other one has a 70% mortality rate. Logically, they're the same. But people are far more likely to choose the treatment that's framed in terms of survival.
Exactly. And the book dives into, how can we become aware of these framing effects? And then how can we make decisions that are based on the actual facts, not just the way they're presented? And it also covers those common decision-making traps that, we all fall into.
Oh, like analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
When you just overthink every single detail and you end up stuck in this cycle of indecision. The book gives us strategies for overcoming this, like setting deadlines, breaking down complex decisions into smaller steps.
Right. And then there's the opposite problem, impulsivity. We make those snap judgments without fully considering the consequences. And Decision Dynamics provides tools for finding that sweet spot between overthinking and impulsivity, so you can make choices that are both thoughtful and timely.
Okay, so we've built a solid mental foundation, we've learned to see the world with fresh eyes, and we've mastered the art of decision-making. But how do we actually navigate the ever-changing landscape of life? That's where Chapter 5 comes in, strategic positioning.
Yeah, this chapter takes critical thinking to that next level. It's about becoming the architect of your own destiny. It's about shaping the game of life, not just playing it.
I love it. Tyler uses the analogy of a chess grandmaster. So it's not just about reacting to your opponent's moves. It's about anticipating them, planning ahead, and creating a winning strategy.
Mm-hmm. And one of the key elements of that strategy is understanding your competitive environment. It's about identifying your strengths and weaknesses, recognizing opportunities and threats, and really figuring out where you fit within that larger ecosystem.
It's like doing a SWOT analysis for your own life. You figure out what you excel at, what you need to improve on, where those gaps in the market are, and how you can position yourself to fill them.
That's it. The book goes into crafting a unique value proposition. So what makes you stand out? What special skills or knowledge or perspective can you bring to the table?
It's about finding your niche, that sweet spot, where your passions and talents intersect with the needs of the world.
Yeah. And once you've defined your value proposition, strategic positioning it provides those actionable steps for leveraging your network, building alliances, executing your strategy with precision. So you're taking those critical thinking skills and then you're applying them to the bigger picture of your life. You're creating that roadmap for lasting success.
So we've covered a lot of ground here: mindset, perception, decision-making, and strategy. But even with the best plan, life's going to throw you curveballs. That's where Chapter 6 comes in, resilience building.
This chapter is all about developing that inner strength, that mental toughness, to not just bounce back from setbacks, but to actually thrive because of them. Because let's face it, failures and disappointments and challenges, they're inevitable. It's how we respond to them that defines us.
That's so true. And one of the most valuable insights in this chapter is the importance of reframing failure. Instead of seeing it as a sign of weakness or a reason to give up, resilience building, it teaches you to view it as an opportunity for growth and learning.
Right. And Tyler provides specific strategies for cultivating this resilient mindset. It starts with understanding and managing stress. The book actually breaks down the biology of stress, and it explains how our bodies respond to pressure and then what we can do to mitigate those negative effects.
That's fascinating. Tyler connects that science of stress to practical techniques like mindfulness and deep breathing. So he's giving you tangible tools to regulate your emotions and to stay calm under pressure.
He does. And the book also emphasizes the power of positive self-talk and cultivating an optimistic outlook. It's not about denying those challenges. It's about approaching them with this belief in your own ability to overcome them.
And that's where the importance of a strong support system comes in.
Right.
Surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, who encourage you, people who provide a shoulder to lean on when times get tough.
Yeah, resilience building reminds us that we don't have to go through those challenges alone. It encourages us to seek out mentors, to build a network of trusted friends and colleagues, and to prioritize self-care, to replenish our mental and emotional reserves.
And it's not just about surviving those difficult times. It's about using them to become stronger, wiser, more capable than before.
That's the goal. Now, once you've built that unshakable resilience, it's time to unlock your creative potential with Chapter 7, Innovation Edge. This is where we learn how to think outside the box, to challenge conventions, and to become the innovators of our own lives.
This chapter really resonated with me because it emphasizes the importance of curiosity and a willingness to experiment. Embracing a beginner's mind, letting go of that fear of failure, approaching challenges with a playful, exploratory spirit.
Yeah, one of the most valuable tools presented in this chapter is the concept of disruptive thinking. Tyler challenges us to question the status quo, to look for ways to improve existing systems, and to come up with solutions that are truly groundbreaking.
So it's not just about having those big, innovative ideas. It's about having the courage to act on them. The book provides frameworks for brainstorming, prototyping, and testing your ideas, turning those creative sparks into tangible solutions.
Exactly. Innovation Edge, it encourages us to see the world as a canvas for our own creativity, to embrace the unknown, and to never stop seeking new and better ways of doing things.
Okay, so we've covered resilience, innovation, and now it's time to talk about how to maintain that high level of performance over the long haul. Chapter 8, Sustained Excellence, is all about becoming a master of consistency.
Yeah, this chapter highlights the importance of building systems and habits that support our goals. It's about creating that structure for success, not just relying on willpower or motivation.
Because let's face it, those things ebb and flow. You're not always going to feel motivated or inspired, but if you have systems in place, those daily rituals, those routines, you can keep moving forward even when the going gets tough.
One of the key concepts here is the idea of continuous improvement. It's about setting those ambitious goals, tracking your progress, and constantly seeking ways to refine your approach.
I like how Tyler introduces the Japanese concept of Kaizen. This is the philosophy of making small, incremental improvements every single day. So it's about embracing the idea that even tiny changes over time can lead to extraordinary results.
Yeah. Sustained excellence also stresses the importance of accountability. It's about surrounding yourself with people who will challenge you, support you, and help you stay on track.
It could be a mentor, a coach, a mastermind group, even a close friend who shares your commitment to growth. The key is to have someone who will hold you accountable to your goals and who will celebrate your successes along the way.
That's right. This chapter is packed with practical advice, how to integrate critical thinking into your daily life. So setting those clear goals, prioritizing effectively, managing your time wisely, and staying focused on what truly matters.
It's about becoming the CEO of your own life, taking ownership of your decisions, creating a life that's both fulfilling and impactful. And now we arrive at the final chapter, Beyond Horizons. This isn't just an ending, it's a launching pad. It's about taking all those tools, all the strategies that we've explored, and applying them to create a life of true purpose and meaning.
What I love about this chapter is that it challenges us. It challenges us to think bigger, to dream bolder, to believe in our own capacity to achieve extraordinary things. It's about pushing past those self-imposed limitations and really embracing the limitless potential that lies within each of us.
Absolutely. And one of the key concepts here is the power of visualization. It's not just about wishful thinking. It's about really using your critical thinking skills to create a detailed roadmap of possibility. Tyler actually guides us through the entire process, envisioning your ideal future, breaking down those ambitious goals into smaller actionable steps, and then taking consistent action to make that vision a reality.
Yeah. It's about harnessing the power of your imagination to create the life you truly desire. And it's not just about achieving personal success. It's about using your winning mindset to make a positive impact on the world around you.
Tyler encourages us to think about our legacy. What do we want to be remembered for? How can we use our unique talents and abilities to make a difference? To make a difference in the lives of others.
Right. It's a call to action, this chapter. It's a reminder that we each have the power to create a ripple effect of positive change. And it all starts with developing that winning mindset.
And speaking of which, don't forget about that free bundle we mentioned earlier. It has tons of resources to help you dive deeper into the concepts from the winning mindset. The ebook, executive summary, study notes, and key takeaways for each chapter. The link is down in the video description below.
It's an invaluable tool for anyone who's serious about applying these principles to their lives.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave you with a challenge.
Right.
What is one specific action step that you can take right now, today, to start implementing the winning mindset in your own life?
Is it identifying a limiting belief that's been holding you back? Is it making a decision that you've been putting off? Or is it setting a bold, audacious goal that really excites you?
Yeah. Whatever it is, write it down, commit to it. and take that first step.
And remember, we're here to support you on your journey. Share your insights, your challenges, your successes with us in the comments below. Let's create this community of growth and inspiration right here on the Grow to the Top channel.
I love that, because together we can all achieve extraordinary things. So until next time, keep those minds sharp, keep those aspirations high, and keep striving to become the best versions of yourselves.